Good afternoon, grade 4 students. It's me, Teacher Clair, and this video is brought to you by Camtop International School. I hope that you're all doing fine. This is the start of school days, and I hope you have all the energy to have all your lessons for the whole week. So we're still preparing for us to see each other at school, here at school. So let's all hope for that, and we are all excited to see every one of you. All right, so everyone, today is a new unit for us. That would be Unit 7, and the main topic is, what would you do? Meaning, what would you do if you encounter something, if you heard something, if you saw something? What would you do? Okay, another example question. What would you do if you're hungry? So what would you do if you're hungry? Eat, right? So if you're hungry, you have to eat something, eat food. All right, so our first topic would be food for thought. Food for thought, meaning feeding your mind, your brains, not your stomach. So that's our very first lesson or topic for Unit 7. All right, so before we start, please bring out your books now. And this unit focuses on pages 94, 95, and 96. So we are going to discuss everything on these pages. All right, so it says here, okay, please open your book. Bring out your books. Bring out your books. Okay, so it says here, everyone. Here, let's read it all together, okay? Let's read this all together. Life is full of surprises and things we have to deal with. These story extracts show us how people deal with the problems and adventures of everyday life. You will also look at colorful English, especially in informal speech and writing. Okay, that's fun. Now, these are words for the day, words of the day. We have formal, informal, slang, colloquial, idiom, and jargon. Okay, so what do we mean by formal? All right, so when we say formal, it is less personal, okay, than informal language. So what does that mean? Normally we use formal language or speech when we're talking or we are inside the workplace. Where else? Events, gatherings, formal events, formal gatherings. So this one you have to be respectful, okay? Not really too respectful, but when you use formal language, you have to at least make sure that you are talking or using formal words like what? Mr., teacher, doctor, how are you today, doctor? Ma'am, how are you today? Hello, sir, how are you today? Right, so formal language, not just that, okay, there's a lot more. So just for you to understand this formal speech or formal language, you have to be careful of the words that you use. You have to be respectful. You have to use words that is appropriate for the person you are talking to, okay? All right, so informal is quite the opposite, not really opposite, but it's a little bit different from formal. So when we say informal, it is more casual and spontaneous. All right, so what do we mean by informal again? You don't really have, it doesn't mean that you should not be respectful. You can still be respectful, but this informal speeches and informal language, we normally use it with friends, family, okay, what else? Playmates, people that, like, if you go to the, no, not park, if you go play with your friends, and you can just say, hey, give me my toy back, give back my toy. Okay, so casual, meaning it's something that you use every day when you were at your, like, just normal days. If you're doing some normal things every day, the words that you can use can be, like, you can use someone's name, like, Joy, where's my book? Sanita, where's my pencil? Right? So it's a little bit it's a little bit not really disrespectful, okay? It's still respecting someone, but you don't really address them properly. Okay, so that's informal. Slang, okay. Informal language consisting of words and expressions that are not considered appropriate for formal occasion. So this is a kind of an informal speech. So this is a kind of informal language which we do not use for formal occasions, okay? So we use this for friends as well, playmates, close friends, family, okay? Colloquial, used in ordinary or familiar conversation. All right, so this is also a kind of a informal language used in ordinary or familiar conversation. This is something that people use casually, like both of you knows the meanings of this word, like just both of you know it, and both of you understands what's the meaning of those words and expressions that you are using. Okay, so this is also informal. All right, idiom. Idiom, a group of words established by usage as having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words. So these are normally group of words, 2 and more. Okay, now don't take it seriously because idioms, they have a different meaning. For example, it's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. So it will never rain with cats and dogs, right? Never, just water. That is an example of an idiom, and the meaning of that idiom just simply means it's raining heavily. One more example. Okay, I'll write down one more example. Okay, one more example. Heaven opens. Heaven opens. It means it will rain or it is raining. Okay, so this is an example of an idiom. Now it's really fun. I really do love learning idiomatic expressions because sometimes I still tend to guess the meaning based on the words, an expression or group of words, but actually it has a different meaning. Okay, like break a leg, right? This is very common, break a leg. So it doesn't mean that you should break your leg, it means good luck. Okay, good luck. Right, so this is an example of an idiom. For idioms, normally or most of the time, don't take it seriously, like literal. Okay, so break a leg doesn't mean you should break your leg, it only means good luck. All right, idioms. All right, next, finally, we have your jargon. Jargon, special words or expressions used by a profession or group that difficult for other to understand. So this one, it simply means that these are words, expressions that only a certain group know about. For example, teachers. For us teachers, there are jargons that only us know because we learn about it. okay? But if I would say something like a jargon that we use as teachers, you will not understand because it is not really something that you have to know, okay? So all professions like engineering, doctors, especially doctors, they have jargons that we don't even understand, we don't know, only them knows about it. But if you are going to learn about it, then you will most probably know the meaning of those words, okay? Right, so jargons, these are special words again that only a group of people knows about, but if you're going to learn it too, then you will know and understand, okay? All right, so there you go. These are the words of the day. I want you to copy these words and their definitions on your notebook after watching the video. All right, so let's move on to page 94. Okay, letter A in here, letter A. It says here, language can be formal or informal depending on the occasion. Match each term to its meaning and discuss whether it is formal or informal. Okay, so you have to do this, everyone. You have to match. Now I already discussed to you what are these words. So look at these words and you have to match them with its specific example, okay? All right, so that would be for maybe just 5 minutes. Okay, so after watching the video, you have to copy this, everyone, on your notebook and then do this one, okay? Alright, so I'll give you time to do this. I'll see you later for another activity. Okay, grade 4 students, I'm back and thank you for doing a simple activity earlier. Now let's move on to page 96? No, 95. Okay, on page 95 we are going to do another activity. Again, page 95. Alright, I'll show you. Okay, can you possibly see it? Let's see. Okay, I think we can all see it. Alright, so in here, here's what we're going to do. It says here, when we speak to friends and family, we often shorten or leave words out. We often use unusual expressions because we know they will understand. This is called speaking colloquial English. So colloquial again is an informal way of speaking. And I have here another activity that you have to do. These are, this is A, this is B, group of words. So you have to match them, okay? On your notebook, for example, don't be cross with me. What do you think is the partner? And eat all my food. And says here, relax. Okay, relax. I'll give you the answer. Relax, meaning chill out. Okay, they have the same meaning. So that's what you're going to do, everyone. So you have to match these words with these words, okay? Alright, okay, so you can do this after this video, but let's continue on page 96 of your book. So page 96, this one I'm going to discuss, okay? It says here, sometimes we need to use formal language. At other times, we can use more informal or colloquial language. Most of the time, I guess for me as well, everyone, I normally use informal and colloquial language because most of the time I'm with my friends and I'm with my family. So we all have these expressions that we already know the meaning, so we don't have to be very formal all the times, but when I go to work, then that's the time that I have to use formal language. But mostly we use colloquial and informal language, especially around our family and friends. Okay, so it says here, discuss which occasions would require formal or informal language. Okay, give a reason for each to share with the class. Okay, number one. All right, so are you on this page? This page? So it says here, a prize giving speech. Okay, sorry about my hands, it still got pains and burned. Okay, so a prize giving speech. What do you think? Is it a formal? Do we have to use formal or informal speech? Prize giving speech. For this one, we have to use formal speech, okay? It's because you have to, like, it depends what kind of award are you receiving, but since it says here a prize giving, there was a competition, so you must use formal language, and when you are going to receive your prize, you should say thank you, right, for those people who believed in you. For example, I got an award for being an outstanding student, then I would say, thank you so much, sir, ma'am, for my award, for this prize. I appreciate it and I will do my best. So that's one way of saying thank you in a formal way, right? Next, an interview with the school principal. Okay, it's the principal. He manages and he is the head of the school. So we have to use a formal language. So hello, like hello ma'am, how are you today? And many more. Hello Miss Principal, hello Mr. Principal. Okay. A conversation with a friend in the playground. Okay, you are in the playground. You're just playing, having some fun. So you can just simply use informal languages like, hey, come, what's up? Come here, let's play. Okay. Next, a newscast on the television or radio. Television, people are watching you. Radio, people are listening to you, and you are giving news, information. So you have to use formal language. Okay. Lastly, an email message to a family member. Okay, it's a family member, but if you're the type of person who always tend to be so formal around your parents, then you can use formal here. But an email message to a family member, it's like asking them if how are they, what are they doing, how's everything's going on. So this one you can use informal language. Okay, all right, so that's it for number 4. We will have another activity. So after this video, you have to do this, right? You have to do this, and on page 96 you also have to do this. Okay, so here's what you're going to do, everyone. Jargons. These, number 1, header, dribble, shoot, penalty, pass, and corner. Where do you think these words are used? Is it when you are playing a gadget, spoon, yarn, ball, this one? All right, so you just have to draw a line. Okay, so you can just draw a line. So number 1, I'll give you the answer. Header, dribble, shoot, penalty, pass, corner. We are using a ball, right? So you can put a line there. Okay, and next, plain, pearl, needles, yarn, cast on. So you have to look for the picture which these words describes. All right, okay, that's it. So that's for presentation number 2, everyone. I will give you time to do task 2 and task 3. Okay, so page 95 and 96.